Chainsaw Man. Are we good to go? Are we? Are we? Yeah. Anyway, so yes, she have returned to actually cover chapter 65 of Chainsaw Man. And as we know, 64, oh Jesus. Oh Jesus, that was the chapter of all chapters, goddamn. We're literally, we're in hell, boys. We've hit the hell arc of Chainsaw Man, which is the most interesting, not divergence I would say, but interesting, I guess, point at which the narrative could have gone to at this stage, because I wasn't expecting to actually go to hell, but now we're in hell. And yeah, people do be losing their arms though. That's the main thing, and also, marking my question mark. That's the real question. That's the mood. It's just marking my question mark. That's the mood of Chainsaw Man. So anyways, I should put on Twitter. Let's put on Twitter that I've gone live. So need to go to not there. Need to go to here. Need to go to here. And grab that. Grab this. Grab that. To the top. And then grab that. And then we should be, as I always say, very much good to go. Are we there? We most certainly are. So let's refresh this page, actually get shown around and actually see what does go down in our chapter of Chainsaw Man. So, you're gonna kill Makima. 65, the Darkness Devil. I do actually like how Darkness Devil actually looks like something Nihei would have done as well, to be honest. It looks distinctively Nihei, but like recent Nihei level of kind of designs. Also a bunch of heads on there as well, for good measure. Oh, well, I guess there goes Tolka's head. For a second there, the bottom panel was like, I'm out of here. The Darkness is like, I've got his head now, boys, I'm out. It's like, well, yeah, alright. God, the Stone Devil. Oh. I love how Archie's just like, oh shit. He literally has the face of, oh shit, this is happening. Kobeni, take off my mask and hide. What? Lord Chainsaw, please revive and grant our wish. At this point, do we actually imagine Denji could do any... Well, he could actually do something, because they do fear him, but still. Oh no. They took out our boy. They took out our boy. Our boy be torsoless and headless and armless. I guess it's a double page spread. Oh shit! Oh shit! I mean, Twenty's the only character in that whole entire power who's just kind of like, oh. Everyone else is like, oh shit. And then it's just like, it's just the, oh, the little bit of realization right at the end. I guess technically Power's the only one that's kind of like mildly okay in that whole entire panel. Like, everyone else has lost their torso, face, and everything, or head in this context. I guess Power's the only one, technically speaking, that's just lost an eye and a horn, I think, and also her arms as well, and also part of her leg. Well, in the wise words of the internet, he tried. Gah! Don't do it, Denji. Don't do it, Denji. Oh. Not again. Well, there goes Denji as well, Jesus. Can we just say this is basically just everyone dies a chapter? Because literally everyone's just fucking dead. Like, there's not one single... I guess Aki's still alive, but... Is Aki still alive, technically speaking? Is our boy still got a beating heart at this point? Oh! He's still in the game. He's still in the game, though. He's still there. He's still kicking. Well, in this context, punching. Well, is the better way to describe it. This context. That's a cool sword. Ah. And there we go. We just witnessed Fujimoto basically just kill everyone. I love how Fujimoto is kind of like, well, you know, you love these characters. Well, now they're dead. It's just like, oh. And Aki's just kind of like, oh. Well, Chainsaw Man, my dudes, it do be happening though. It do be happening. We are hitting the, we're hitting, like, Fire Punch was one level of crazy when it got towards the point in which, with Judah and Agni. This has just kind of gone like, well, Fire Punch was crazy, but here's that times by 100 and also in hell. It's kind of like, oh. So yeah, shit, man. Everyone's dead. Well, Power, I guess, is alive. Possibly. Denji's kind of like contorted. He's contorted boy now, I guess. And then Aki's alive, but at what cost? And Angel Devil's technically the only person who survived. Was Kobeni, more importantly? I don't think I ever saw Kobeni die. Yeah, did Kobeni die? I don't think I ever saw Kobeni actually perish at all in that whole entire chapter. 1 second. Because Darkness, what's his face? Violence tells her to take his mask off, and that's the last time you ever see it. Oh, she hid. You're right. So I guess she's the only. I guess she's a lifeline, technically speaking. I guess. I was gonna say. I was like, I could have sworn I didn't see her hide. That's probably why. But yeah. Anyway. So shit. What's this mean? What's this goddamn mean for the whole entirety of everything that ever do with Chainsaw Man at this point? Well, I'm gearing towards Aki's going the Sasuke route. Like, he's got to. That's the problem. She can't really hide for very long. She's basically screwed. I'm kind of like, do not kill best girl off at this point. Nah, she's not dead. She'll survive it. She'll be the one that survives it. She'll be the one. She'll get her car into hell and be like, bruh, and then just run him over. Let's hope. Let's hope that's actually the way they actually get into hell. Like, in essence, Makima just opens a portal to hell in the Kobeni's car and just, like, drives in and just runs over Darkness Devil and kills him. Let's hope that's actually the way. But yeah, I mean, I would say what this kind of does in 3 mean, it does seem as if it might be going down the route that Aki might kind of turn to the dark side, in a way. I guess, because, let's face it, he's been on a cruise of like every single arc. His mind's kind of gone further and further into the point of like no return. You're kind of like, how is this boy like clinging on to anything at this point? Like, all the hope he actually ever has is kind of just squished in his face, literally. And I kind of take as if this actually might in theory be the last straw, because again, the crux of this whole entire matter is it's Makima. If, let's face it, if the next chapter does in theory deal with the actual fallout of this whole entire chapter, which it probably will, but in the context that it kind of says, like, the Darkness Devil actually has to speak to Araki and say something. At that point, he might in theory change the way he sees Makima. Because at this point, he'd probably say, why wasn't she here? Why isn't she doing anything? Everything has ever happened. She swoops in the last second, so what's going on here? And possibly at that point, we might in theory see him kind of make a deal with the Darkness Devil. But, again, the crux of the whole entire matter is, where does it all lead towards at that point then? Where's the end goal for that whole entire idea? Which I guess is kind of like the massive overarching thing about this whole entire manga. Like in essence you can theory craft this whole entire thing. But the problem is, every single thing you do in theory craft, it goes back to this whole entire idea of like, what's the actual end goal for the entirety of each character, so to speak. That's always that's the emotional crux of the entire matter, is the idea of like, okay, so you have one character's motivation there, but if they do something completely different, what does it kind of lead them towards? What does it mean, if you get what I mean, for them? I guess the same thing applies to Makima. Makima is kind of the prime example of a whole entire theory. She's personifying that whole entire idea. Because we don't know anything about her. She kind of just swoops in at any point, and actually you kind of just sitting there going, okay, if everyone wants her dead, what does she know that we don't? And what is her end goal for this whole entirety of this manga? That's the thing. We don't really know. And I'm kind of thinking, this all had to have led to this moment. Like, in essence, there has to be a crescendo that happens because of this whole entire thing. Like, in essence, we know that one of them is that the actual mastermind gets the actual power to take down Makima. So at that point, we still wonder who Makima even is. But at the same time, this, I maintain, is something that she planned for. Like, in essence, she has to have sense that this might have actually happened. I don't know, because she seems pretty fishy at this point. Everything she's been doing seems all too convenient, that it's all leading to something, and I'm guessing this something is this arc. That's the thing. I don't know, because it kind of seems as if that's the case for a lot of this whole entire runtime of this manga. It seems as if this is actually kind of like, all of it leads to something, and the something is the hell itself. Because it makes sense, because you have Denji's actual dream of the doors, which now we know is hell. So there's that whole entire idea. But then we don't know anything else about hell itself at that point. So if that was the case, and the next chapter is literally the plan going forward of Makima, it does in theory kind of lead you to believe that yeah, she would have had to have known something, or actually kind of predetermined something might have been happening. I don't know, but it seems like that's the kind of the case. It's just, she seems fishy, if you get what I mean. She's fishy as a character, but not in the context that you kind of do in theory think she's evil, but kind of like, but she's doing things that you're kind of just wondering what's the purpose of it all. That's my entire dealio. Like, you just don't know anything about her character, and then also we don't know what's going on the surface. That's an entire another I guess problem, is the idea of what's going on the surface. What does Kishibe know that he kind of does in free then lead 20 to actually kind of say, well, you can actually go and kill her. That's the thing. We don't know anything about anyone in this manga, do we? Really, technically speaking, Denji we kind of do, but still, you can argue that maybe there might be things more that we don't know about him. Who knows? But still, theoretically speaking, I guess Aki's kind of the only character that's the most, like, you know most of everything about him. Like, in essence, he's the most, like, he's there, if you get what I mean, character. Everyone else is kind of like, do you really know who they are? Because it tells you one thing, and another thing kind of just unravels the entire thing. You're kind of like, okay, so what does that even mean for this character? I know, but it's fishy, boys. It's fishy. It's fishy, boys. This whole entire deal is fishy. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It's starting to stink, boys. It's starting to stink. This whole entire thing it's starting to get that smell. You're like, Makima, what you doing? What's going on here? Because she has to swoop in at some point. Like she's vibing somewhere. She's vibing somewhere, and she has to kind of just go, "What's up? How's it going? I'm here now." She has to, but why this late? That's the thing. Either it's a massive oversight on her part, or she knows something that we don't. That possibly now it does unless she does in theory want Aki to go to that side, that she can't even gain even more power, because possibly, who knows? Maybe the actual place she's working for is gonna take her down. That's the thing. Maybe she wants power, so to speak. That could be another thought as well. Like in essence, that she just wants power. So she kind of rides upon the idea of misery to the point that it kind of brings potential out in the characters. So I'm guessing that could in theory be a kind of thing with her as well. That maybe that she actually is kind of maybe she is actually waiting for these moments to actually happen. So then she's like, oh shit, it's happening. Now we actually have the actual prowess actually kind of be on the same league, or even better than the Gun Devil, possibly, or anyone else. Because again, my whole entire crux is the Gun Devil is never seen, and is only mentioned at the beginning, and also then now, and also some bits in between. That's about it when it comes to the Gun Devil. The Gun Devil is really not mentioned other than that. So that leads me to believe that there's something more going on here that we don't know. Like, the Primal Fears are now introduced. The Primal Fears are actually more powerful than the Gun Devil. So then, we're kind of sitting here going, okay, we have to worry about the Gun Devil, but now we have the Primal Fears. What do we do now? So that's the thing. Like, in essence, this whole entire arc has kind of created this whole entire, like, is it quagmire is the word? Oh. I guess quagmire might be the kind of the context or the word to use in this context. Like, she's kind of created a quagmire, so to speak, because it doesn't technically, there's nothing here that tells us what her goal is if she does swoop in at this point. But here's the thing, Aki's stuck in the rock and a hard place at this point. Everyone he knows is dead, literally. No one's alive at this point, everyone's dead, so what does he do now? He's basically at the end of his tether. So this will mark the moment he does in theory turn to the other side, much like Sasuke does. Well, I guess Sasuke actually has more going on than just that, but you know what I mean. It's a bit of a different context, but Sasuke is kind of the best, I guess, example of this whole entire character arc. But then, what does it all lead him towards? Does he do an assault on the entirety of like the place he used to work at and take down Makima himself? Does then Makima become the main antagonist? Who knows? That's the thing, because this arc can go one or two ways, so to speak. That's the thing. This arc can go one or two ways, and I maintain that it will in theory change how the perception we see Makima and actually how everyone else sees Makima as well, because again, now we know there's something more going on with her. That's one thing. Twofold is the idea that she hasn't actually been this whole entire time. So what does that mean for the whole entire manga? I don't know. Trifold is the fact that now Aki might in theory turn to the dark side and actually kind of then take out Makima, possibly maybe because he feels betrayed. And then I guess that it's that whole entire that's the whole entire thing. It's like it's hard to predict anything at this point. It's hard to predict anything. I'm kind of worried. I'm scared. That's my mood. I'm scared, boys, because I can't predict this, because anything I say or do will just get unraveled next chapter. I'm kind of like, okay, so I'm back to square one now to actually who is this person, because every single arc has given us something different in Makima and actually how we see her and actually who she truly is. And this arc is no different. This arc is basically kind of I mean, maybe, I don't know. It just seems like our boy Darknessdale was gonna form a contract with Archie and then possibly get to the surface, because then would Archie become the most powerful person in the whole entire world? Because beforehand, people only have a part of the darkness rather than the whole entirety of the darkness. If he creates a contract with them, he actually has them entirely. So then that means he's the most powerful person. So he actually then can, in theory, enact his revenge. Unless, here's the other thing. Because, as I've always been saying this whole entire series since the beginning, Archie's meant to be the protagonist of this whole entire series. You can tell that he is. His character is the main character of a shonen anime or manga. He is the personification of the tragic backstory, the actual revenge, and everything else in between. The thing that plagues, like, the entirety of most characters. He's the main character. So this could, in theory, be the point in which he actually does, in theory, go to that point. He becomes main character because everyone else is basically dead. In essence, he just takes over the entire reins of the manga. Very much like how, I guess, in a way, Archie does, in theory, kind of say, I will be your main protagonist, in a way. And it's the same thing here, but to a different degree, because in Fire Punch it's completely different. Here it's kind of like he's at the end of his tether, in a way. Like, in essence, every other single door has been shut upon the bunkers. There's those doors in hell, but all the doors have been shut. So at that point, you would probably imagine that he would probably become the protagonist. But I have to wait and see. That's the thing. We've got to wait and see. We can't say anything yet because nothing we say will be right. I could be theory crafting this whole entire time and nothing actually means anything in the end, because who knows? I don't. Fujimoto be crazy. That's the main thing. Fujimoto be crazy. He's a crazy boy. So yeah. Well, now we've got to wait. We've got to wait until, I guess, Sunday? Is it Sunday, the next chapter? It's a Friday. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where is Chainsaw Man? Oh, Sunday again. God damn it. Okay, we've got to wait until Sunday to find out what happens next. But boy oh boy oh, it is quite the wait, I must say. But yeah, that'll probably do it for today. I'm not going to lie down for a long while and actually think about this, because boy, there's a lot to take in, I must say. It's a lot to take in because goddamn. Right, so yeah, if you have enjoyed the whole entire stream as a whole on Twitch and Dune Free, leave a follow on Twitch because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and Dune Free, leave a like on YouTube because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and Dune Free, leave a sub on YouTube because indeed there's something quite a bit as well. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream, just stay along for the whole entire point and Dune Free. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and you want to stay a bit longer than Dune Free, follow me on Twitter or join my Discord as well. Both will help me quite a lot and tell you when these streams are live, any other streams I do as well. Until next time, chapter 66 of Chainsaw Man. See you guys later. Bye for now.